Howdy friends, Merrideth Jiles here with Backyard Basics. And today we're going to talk about propagation, or more specifically, taking cuttings or cloning. Now like any good project, there's a few questions you want to ask up front. First of all, what type of plant are you wanting to propagate? Is this an herbaceous plant, a woody plant, a succulent? Is this a plant that's easy or difficult to propagate? If you're not sure, ask at your local independent garden center. Another question is, how many plants do I want to make? You always want to start more cuttings than you want at the end, because you may not have all of them survive. Finally, what kind of investment are you willing to make? How important is it that you get these plants? So there's several different methods of cloning. One of the easiest ones is doing cuttings in water. This is really simple and cheap. Start with a clean vial of water, and then we're going to take a little plant like this basil here. We're going to remove a few of the leaves at the base, exposing a node, and then we're simply going to stick this straight in water. Now these plants will start to produce some roots in the water, but the roots that they make in the water are different than the soil roots. So as soon as you start to see roots emerge, you want to get them into some soil. Here I have a little ivy plant that I started about 3 weeks ago, and we see it has some nice new roots starting to come out. So we want to take this guy and just put him straight in some potting soil. Easy as cake. Now succulent plants are generally pretty easy to propagate. Here we have a little burro's tail sedum. This guy could simply be placed right on top of the soil, like that. It will actually put out roots, root right down into the soil. Also, here we have a jade plant. I've removed a few leaves, again exposing the nodes, and we're just going to stick this straight in soil. Piece of cake, and it'll root very quickly. Now for something that might be a little more difficult, say a woody plant, we want to use something to really encourage it to go. Rooting powder is a great way. Rooting powder has an antifungal and hormones to help induce root growth. So we're going to take this little ficus cutting. We want to mist him down with some water to get him nice and wet. Then we're just going to take him, dip him in our rooting powder. You see we've got nice coverage of the powder there, and then we'll stick this in soil. Now on some plants that have large leaves such as this, you may want to remove some of the leaf surface so that it doesn't drink too much moisture. So we can just simply cut the leaf right in half. Now similar to rooting powder is cloning gel. It's kind of the next step up. This is going to be your highest investment, but this is what professionals use. So we've got this cutting here. We're going to take this rooting gel and dip him in there. This gel is very thick and viscous and sticks really well to the cutting. Now also, instead of putting this one in soil, we're actually going to use a product called Rockwool. This is another thing that professionals use for propagation. We'll stick our cutting right in, it'll hold him right in place, and then we can actually just put water right in this tray and it will suck it right up. You want to keep your cuttings moist but not too wet, and try to keep them warm. Also, try to avoid too much direct sun, but give them good light. Another little trick, one of the best ways to water cuttings is to use something like a mist bottle. This way you can deliver good moisture to the plant, but you're not giving it too much water at one time to wash the soil around and move it around too much. Also, don't rush yourself. Cuttings can take up to a month to really get started. This is Merrideth Jiles with Propagation Backyard Basics.